And now from Fox 55 News, this is your local sports.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Well, the weather has definitely started to warm up a little bit. So has the hoops here in the Hoosier State. Yesterday, the 110th Boys State Basketball Tournament tipped off. Today, day 2 of sectional quarterfinal play. Our first stop coming in Class 2A, Sectional 36 at Manchester. Second-ranked Blackhawk taking on an upstart Whitko team. Whitko, they came to play early. Brett Sikafus, a big reason why. The junior steps into the transition triple. Wildcats go up 1, but Zane Burke came to play today, too. Tied up now. Burke answers with a tray ball of his own, and the Braves take the 3-point lead. But Whitko, well, they weren't going anywhere. Clayton Ebbinghaus, he's pure from distance on the step back. That makes it a 3-point game after a quarter of play. Sikafus would do his best to keep the Wildcats in this one from their second quarter. Give him the hoop and harm. He had a game-high 35 on the night, but that's about as close as they'd get, as has been most of the case most of the year. Blackhawk too much to handle. Caleb first, the rebound and putback. Matt Painter got to like that one, and he'll like this too. First, the reverse finish. He finished with 18 on the night, and then I told you Mr. Burke came to play. He led the Braves with 23. Blackhawk wins 76-52. They're off to the sectional semis. So the Braves advance to face the winner of the early game between South Adams and Adams Central. AC led at half, but the third quarter, all about the Starfires. Aiden Warner buries the 3. He had 13. Deficit down to 3. Later on, Stars up 2. James Arnold driving kick to Trey Schock for the tray. South Adams goes up 5 after 3. Jets would try to hang around in the fourth. Lucas Vandeweghe, it's got to be the hair cotton, feathery and lethal. 3 of his team high 12, lead down to 5, but just too much South Adams tonight. James Arnold, hoop and harm. He led everyone with 19. Starfires cruise 55-39. They'll face Blackhawk Friday in the late game. Elsewhere in Class 2A, Sectional 35 at Westview, Bremen ends Fairfield season 44-43. Central Noble topping Eastside 61-40 behind 23 points from Connor Asijan. The Cougs will play Bremen on Friday night. We bump up to Class 3A, perhaps the game of the night taking place at Garrett. SAC champ Bishop Luers versus a 16-7 Leo team. We thought this one would come down to the wire, but the Lions had other ideas. Leo putting their foot on the gas pedal early. That was Blake Davison with 3 of his 19 points on the night. Moments later, Andrew Catch lobbing for Zach Troyer. Big fella finished with a dozen. And that bucket puts Leo up a dozen. Lions race out to a 15-3 lead. You knew the Knights wouldn't go down without a fight, though. Nayland Thompson attacking in transition. That cuts the deficit down to 8. Thompson leading all scorers with 25, but it wasn't enough. Leo's big guys too much for Luers to handle. DJ Allen ties for a game-high 19 points to go along with 16 boards. The Lions march on to the sectional semifinals 58-46. So who will Leo see on Friday night? It'll either be Woodland or the host Garrett Railroaders. Pick this one up early third quarter. Woodland led by 24 at the break, but a good start to the second half for Garrett. Jarrett Bailey bangs a 3, deficit down to 18, but the Railroaders couldn't get any closer than that. Other end, Joe Reedy spins into the lane. He scores. The sophomore finishing with a baker's dozen. Later, you're going to see Reedy feeding Mitch Mendenhall bucket plus the foul. Mendenhall goes off for a game-high 28. Woodland advances 75-50. Your final there. Final stop comes in Class 4A. Warsaw facing Goshen in Sectional 4 quarterfinal action. First quarter, Warsaw's Blake Marsh cutting through traffic and scores. Tigers open up on an 8-2 run. Goshen would settle down, though. Drew Hogan, no relation to Hulk Hogan, I'm sure. I'll check my sources for you, though. 3 of his 30 right there. And then Marsh finds Ben Bergen for the hoop and harm. This one would end up going to OT. Warsaw, they're going to survive, though. 57-56. They've got Penn on Friday.